What's up, guys? Brian Grant here of ContestChampion.com, here to bring you some more Alliance War coverage. This time my Alliance 4 Loki is going up against SIN6S, and I'll be going in with a somewhat normal trio for myself of Vision, Iceman, and Quake. Place your bets now. Did I actually do well in this war, or did I do poorly? I'm not going to tell you. Not yet, at least. Alright, so eyeing up that first node over there, I'm going to take my usual path. And this first node, typically, I guess more commonly than any other opponent on this node, has been Electro. Although it really could be anything. It's a fairly standard node. It just has some increased attack and health, as do all these nodes, and bleed. So I try to pick a bleed immune champion whenever I can. And to my surprise, it is a Nightcrawler, and it is a 5-star Nightcrawler. But Vision got that class advantage, and typically, as long as Nightcrawler isn't on like an unstunnable node, I typically do alright against Nightcrawlers. And this fight, I just take nice and slow, have it completely controlled. It's very rare nowadays that I try to switch the stance of the Nightcrawler. I normally would only do that on an unblockable node. I much prefer just to take things slow, land parries, and get in the free shots when I can. And you can see we're missing a few parries there, and that's going to come back to bite me in just a moment that you'll see. Little bit of a spoiler. But actually, this fight goes very well, and I don't lose much health at all. Very happy with it overall. Like I said, barely lost any health. Maybe only about 5 to 10% health, something like that. Not too big a deal at all. Very happy with the first fight. So the next node here. If you've been watching my Alliance War coverage the past few uploads, I never know if this is going to be Nightcrawler or Magic. It's typically one of those two. It's rarely anybody else other than those two. And more often than not, it's been Magic lately. So I'm like, alright, you know what? I'm going in with Quake. If it's Nightcrawler, it's not that big a deal. I'm just going to go with Quake, because if it's Magic, that way I can at least beat Magic. Turns out it's Nightcrawler. Alright, so not that big a deal. I'm just going to do the same exact thing I did last fight. Right? And this time it's only a 4-star. Even though it's, got a stronger node, it's only a 4-star. No big deal, right? Well, here's where things start to go poorly. You can see me missing parries here. And I'm backing up against the wall, and I'm just not timing things right. Missed another parry. Oh no, now I'm all the way against the wall. I tried to double evade that. Didn't work. And yeah. Now I'm in some serious trouble here. I really don't want to lose Quake, not this early into the war. I'm going to need her later on for a potential Magic kill on the power gain node. I'm trying my best, and I'm feeling the pressure, man. I'm definitely feeling the pressure. And yeah, I get absolutely wrecked, man. Absolutely wrecked. I barely did any damage, and oh man. Like, I'm glad you guys at least got to see me fight a Nightcrawler right before that, so that this time when I say, hey, normally I don't do so bad against Nightcrawlers, at least I'm not lying. Like, I just took down a Nightcrawler very cleanly. Well, shake it off and try to get back in there. So I'm going in with Vision, so I do have that class advantage again. I'm just going to do the same thing I did the first fight with Nightcrawler, take things nice and slow, land my parries, and hopefully not get backed up against the wall. And this fight does go much better. This fight does look pretty similar to the first one. Pretty textbook example of just being able to control the opponent with parry stuns, and then getting in that free damage when they cannot evade during the stun. I thought I was going to use my L3 there. I kind of forgot about the power drain. I tend to do that a lot, and that may or may not come back to bite me later on as well. Again, not going to spoil things just yet. But anyway, I'm able to finish out this fight. One more parry. Yeah, Nightcrawler's down. Alright, so I only lose a little bit of health there once again on Vision. So Vision is still overall looking very healthy for the rest of this war. But it does worry me that I lost Quake that early. If I go up against a Magic, I am toast. I cannot beat Magic with anyone else on my team here. I'm very, very bad at fighting Magic with Vision. I don't even know if I've ever tried with Iceman, but I don't really want to. Alright, so this is the unblockable L2 node, and I'm going to go in with Iceman because it has that Has the heal block, of course, as well, and I'm hoping that, you know, if I can't dodge the L2 from whatever the opponent is, maybe I can push him to their L3, and then it won't do that much damage to me because I'm Iceman, something like that. And it turns out it's Doctor Strange. And you know what? I write down little notes. I watch all these videos right before I record them, before I record the voiceover part. And I have a little note here, and my note for this fight is, what an ugly fight. Because as you can see, it started off real ugly, man. And it's going to continue to be ugly. It's going to continue to be real ugly. So I kind of freak out here, and I know I'm potentially going to go down, and I pop my L2. I don't even know why I popped my L2, man. If I actually had my ice armor, it actually burns my ice armor. Luckily I stalled just long enough to gain my ice armor. Doctor Strange uses an L3 on me. I survive it because of that ice armor, only dealing 5% of my max HP, and I'm just barely able to finish out the fight without dying. Man, what an ugly fight, for real. I just barely squeaked through, barely got by without dying. I'm so happy I did, because if I had to go back in with Vision after that and face another L2 where I would have probably messed up and lost my Vision, then I'd really be in trouble at that point. Alright, so next node. This one is, of course, a bleed node, and for some reason people really like to put Ultron here. That's what I see most commonly on this node, and today's no different. Have an Ultron. And Ultron, he's one of those champions where, you know, after Kabam fixed the evade bug, or for the most part fixed the evade bug, where you know, the champion you're fighting, if they evade, they don't immediately snap back at you. For the most part, you have an opportunity to actually step back. That time I blew it. But for the most part, yeah, Ultron, he hasn't been too bad, especially with the change to healing as well. So yeah, Ultron, not too bad. I did make that one mistake there. I don't think I make any other mistakes throughout the rest of this fight. I try to play it a little bit slow. Try to, you know, when I think his evade's coming up, I try to, you know, only punch him one time and then back off. And I'm able to, you know, stop his connection there, so he doesn't even get that little bit of healing. And now he's got the second healing going. Gonna try to stop this as well. Not really doing such a good job of it though. Just gonna kind of chip away. That healing, it really doesn't do all that much. I finally stop it when it's pretty much gonna expire anyway, but that's all right. I'm not gonna use my special there just in case he evades it, and just finish out the fight with a couple of blows to the face there. So Ultron goes down. And there's only one more enemy in my regular path, but I also do get a little bit of boss action in this war. Before I get to the boss though, like I said, we've got this one last enemy here, and this is of course the power gain node, and I'm expecting to see a magic, but it could also be Hyperion, could be a couple of other enemies here as well. Cable I've seen a few times, but I'm expecting magic, and it's actually Hyperion, 5-star Hyperion. Okay, so I'm in here with Vision. It's not too bad. I would have preferred to fight this with you know, with Iceman if he was healthy, and if I knew it was Hyperion, of course. But it's not too bad fighting this with Vision. I make a crucial mistake here though. I should have kept punching him in that combo and then used my special to drain him. Instead, I got so used to fighting this guy with a champion that doesn't power drain that I completely blow it. And of course, I can't bait out a special enough. Hyperion uses L3, and I am toast. Okay, that sucks. That essentially, messing up and not hitting him again in that combo and using a special essentially just cost me a tier 4 potion, as I probably would have been able to get through that fight. So I heal up Iceman here, and I head back in, and I'm fairly confident. You know, Hyperion, he's only got like 2/3 of his life left or something like that, 3/4, whatever it is. And I'm in here with Iceman, fairly comfortable with this fight, especially since you know, I fight the Hyperion boss in Alliance quests with my Iceman all the time. So I'm just trying to bait it out here, and I really don't take too much damage. Sometimes, you know, Hyperion, he's tricky. He's tricky. Sometimes I do get caught by his heavy attacks or something like that, and I do end up taking a lot of damage, or I get backed up against the wall and I can't bait out specials. So he's not the easiest of champions, but this fight does go well enough. I really don't take much damage at all, and I'm able to get through it. So now my normal path is done here, but like I said, I get a little bit of boss action in this war. And I don't think I showed you guys who the boss was yet. I don't think you guys saw it. So we'll make our way towards the boss right now. My little redhead profile, as this was before the Gwenpool rank up as well. And it is Dormammu. And the nodes are still up, so I back out. But, you know, my alliance drops those. And my alliance puts in a little bit of work to start things out. And I go in here, and I'm not all that confident, but, you know, I'd be happy if I just took, you know, a decent amount of life away from Hyperion. So I don't heal up, thinking if I get caught out with Hyperion, I'm probably dead either way. Or I'm sorry, not Hyperion. If I get caught out against Dormammu, then I'm probably dead either way. I have not been doing that well against Dormammu in Alliance Quest, and he does have Mystic Dispersion, and I am getting wrecked. And I'm just trying to do whatever damage I can before I go down. I already know I'm dropping here, so I use my special. I'm praying that he doesn't use his special 3 and I can just get some chip damage. And I do. I get a little bit of chip damage here. Got a couple of crits in there. Getting a little bit more, a very tiny amount more. And finally, he uses his special 3. But I'm Iceman, so I survive it. Right before dying. Yeah, I really didn't do a whole lot there. Dormammu, man, what a brutal fight, especially right now with the evade bug. I don't think I actually died there due to the evade bug. I don't think I took any damage because of it, but man, I really don't like fighting Dormammu. He's tough for me. I got to get better at that one. But actually, guys, I did manage to take down the boss. If you look at this screenshot, after my alliance did 99% of the work, he had like 1,000 or 2,000 life left or something like that, and I just popped one of those little baby alliance revives and hit Dormammu like twice without getting hit, and I get to steal the glory of the boss kill. So yeah, totally worth it, man. But anyway, we actually did end up winning this war. It's a good war against SIN6S, and maybe, just maybe, we'll see you guys again. Anyway, that's it for this one, guys. Have a good one. Take care.